What up? Alright, now, so I'm in a conference room with the business manager, and I'm being told that my team is being disbanded. And then they tell me that there's something new coming, and it's cool and hip, and I'm gonna love it, and all this shit. So she ends up walking out. She hands me what the new deal is. And I started reading it, and it's my fucking SOP. And for 3 months, I've been stopping by the director's little deal every here and there. You know, just kind of asking, have you heard anything back? Some goddamn vice president of fuck you motherfucking piece of shit, goddamn thieving motherfucker took my fucking SOP and stole it. And only he even fucked up on my spelling. He left my spelling mistakes in there too. Because of course I suck at English. Sue me. I went to fucking Ghetto High in California. The only thing he changed was one part. And in my version, there was only 1 or 2 people that were going to do a certain task, which was adjust emergency claims. Like in claims that we need to get done right now. We're heading to a fucking presidential complaint. We're on the phone. We need it done. We need to. They changed it to everybody would do it. That was the only change. The whole SOP, word for word, fucking spelling mistake, grammar, all that shit, was the goddamn fucking same. And I just sat there and I just started fucking cussing. And the stupid thing about it is they took my name off of it. They took the person that helped me's name off of it. And it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me the fact that somebody, took it and saw that it would actually work, because it was done by somebody that actually did the fucking job. What the fuck are you doing, you stupid ass motherfucker? See that guy walking right there? Keeps looking over. Oh. Fuck, he's already passed. He kept looking over at shit. I don't like that shit. Fuck you. See, I'm still a little passionate about that shit. But, he took my name off. He took the guy that helped off. He took about 100 hours worth of work and just fucking stole it. And I went to the director and I said, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? And she looked at it and she goes, yeah, I kind of saw this. And I said, yeah, it's mine. And she goes, thank you. Sweet. And she was like, yeah, I saw that. And I'm like, well, what's the deal? Is he going to thank me? Is he going to acknowledge me? Is this going to be put in my file? And she goes, well, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Let's be clear here. I'm cool with this because I'm the one that wrote it. This is what I wanted. So, obviously, I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is somebody stealing it and not at least, even if they want to take credit with the whole company, the whole 200,000 people. But they pick up the phone and call me and say, dude, that was awesome, man. I'll put a little something in your file. That's cool. I'd be cool with that. A check for $100. I'd be cool with that. Something. And she goes, I understand, and I'll do something, and I'll put it in the file. Even though I can't directly put this to this because of corporate bullshit. And when that guy came, I better oh no, not her friends. When that guy came to the office, because we were like one of the first ones to roll it out. Oh yeah, by the way, after I talked to a director, I had to go pull the team into the room. Oh, by the way, I'm not a real supervisor. So I'm telling them, and I passed out all the deal, and they're looking at it, and they're like, this is your SOP, and I'm like, mm-hmm. And they're like, is it safe to come to work tomorrow? And I said, what do you mean? And they go, well, you have all those guns. I'm like, oh shit. No. It's definitely safe. It just proves that I'm better than them. And they're too chicken shit to admit it. So that means I won. And I had to tell them that the team that we invented, we smashed everybody and everything else. I mean, I would run macros in Excel that would go into like an old DOS window, and I'd be sitting here hitting two buttons like this, going, and we would have like these like issues. It would be like files in DOS, and if you don't know, DOS terminal, you know, they would pop up. I would have like a second and a half to read that top line, and I would be hitting keys to tell it where to go. And I was the fastest person who could do it. I could do 1,500 of them in an hour. Just my eyes would hurt like a motherfucker afterwards, but we won't talk about that. You know, we did everything better, and we just got fucked in the ass. And then on top of that, Isabella's being born. And I'm being told that you're not going to get that much off. You got to come back for training. So we get all through done with this, and then the vice president, who so fucking wonderfully stole the shit, came into the office. And at that point, I was just fucking livid. Because up until that point, I could just grab some pieces of paper and just go outside and smoke whenever and act like I'm reading something. Now I'm fucking tied to a goddamn fucking tether and all this other bullshit. I'm like, oh, motherfucker. I gotta go work at home. Motherfucker. And when he came in, he was saying how good, you know, we picked it up faster than everybody else and everything, and I'm like, I wonder why. And I look, and he stopped and he kind of looked at me, and I'm just staring at him, going, uh-huh. I said, yeah. And he asked me what my name was, and I told him. And that's when he figured it out. And I will say that that gentleman did pull me to the side, and we did have a conversation. I did not kick the shit out of him. He did apologize. And he agreed to notate me, to put a notation in my file as a credit of implementing the change that's still in place today. I'm so fucking pissed because that whole fucking bullshit that I did, they used to change it every fucking few months. They changed it so many times, I don't even remember half of them. And the one I wrote is still in place today at every fucking site. And I got a little thing in my file about that big for it. So I went work at home because I couldn't yell fuck you anymore in the office. And plus, you know, the pain in my back was just fucking pissing me off. And I just couldn't do it anymore. So I went work at home. And I knew at that point, for me to do anything, I gotta get completely away from that whole building. As far as not just my, working, from home, because I'd still be reporting to them. It's just the same. Except I can smoke. It's the only difference. I need to be the fuck away from them completely. And I started posting for positions. And through the grapevine, when I posted for the job that I have now, there were people in certain departments that knew that I knew my shit. And I got that job easy. The hard part was the department I was in didn't have to let me go. And I went in there and I drove down and I went in there and I was like, do you guys really want me to stay now after all this shit? After fucking me for supervisor? After I took over the biggest and best team here? And I smashed every other fucking office? I upped productivity. I upped everything. I come up with an SOP that's still in place and everything else. You guys really want me to stay here after everything that you did to me? And the director was very cool, and she goes, no, you need to be out of here. And so she let me go. The supervisors did not want me to go, because they found out that by taking the position I was going, that I was now outranking them. And on top of that, their salary, I'm still hourly. And when that got out, within like 15 minutes of that meeting, that got out to the rest of the supervisors, and the ones that hated me, And I had two of them come up and said, "Oh, you are transferring out?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a better job at blank blank." And and they're like, "Oh, so you went, you're it's kind of like the military. You got grade levels. So you'd be like a, like they would be like an E5, and so they're like, oh, so you're like an E3." And I've said, no, no, I'm an O3, executive level. And they go, oh yeah, but God, that salary thing, and you like doing all that overtime. No. Mm-mm. Hourly. That pissed them off. And I said, it pissed them off because all those years of them fucking with me and everything else, and trust me, they did. And they did it by using my perception. So essentially, I was fucking myself. I got the last laugh because again, just like I did at 7-Eleven, I used working at home to clearly plot what I need to do next without any interference with all these other stupid fucking people. And that's where I got to where I'm at today. And I've been in this department doing this job now for like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know. Forgot. I haven't even looked for another position because I just like the one I'm in. Technically, there's a lot of, guys out there say you should always be looking for your next job, and I kind of agree with that. But I I I'm at the point where I like doing what I'm doing. It pays really good, and I am helping doctors and it's taken me to the point that I'm not worried as much anymore because after about 3 years in, I got put on a big case for a big university system in California, a big one. And on the phone with, there was two of the vice presidents from my company and their vice president and their president and their somebody. But because I finally figured out what was been going on for the last fucking 4 years and everything else, they actually offered me a job to head up their insurance department at their thing. That would have been an easy $150,000 a year job. And I didn't take it because I did not want to move to where I'd be moving to. But it's just a point. It's just like when I sold that account to that NFL player for just a ridiculous amount. I can do it. It sounds cocky, but that's what that 10,000 hours is about. It's putting it in. It's the pitfalls. It's getting back up. It's busting your knuckles. It's being greasy. It's being dirty. It's being in shit. It's plunging toilets. It's fucking everything. Dipping your hand in a hot fryer just to fucking do it. Jumping out the drive-through window and beating the shit out of a customer. just because. It's the 10,000 hours. To me, that whole 10,000 hours is all the sacrifices that you make to get where you want. Are you a master? No. No. There are people that know more than me. And if people really knew like how complex claims are, like with hospital claims and groupers and DRGs and all this other bullshit that comes in play and all this crap, it would blow your mind away. But they put in their 10,000 different. So don't think you know, people sell themselves short. They get stuck on that whole, the EMP's coming, the EMP, the war, the fucking downfall, the this, the that, the other. Fuck you, I'm making money. Even when I lose money, I end up making money. And every time I trip, I fall, I get back up, and I'm better. If you can't do that, then you need to get help. You need to get the help to do it. Because my old boss, you know, and this is the best man at my wedding. This is my homeboy. This is a guy, you know, known since I'm 6. His dad is no different than my dad. They might as well have been brothers. Fuck, people thought we were brothers when we were kids. Because we actually look alike. It's kind of creepy. But we both know we actually do have different brothers. But anywho, his life is not that great. And really, in all honesty, he's smarter than I am. But he can't get back up. And I think the reason is because of the difference between his mom was, his dad just fucking gave up and left. Mine beat me. And I had to keep getting up after getting my ass beat. That's the difference. So, Isabella, come here real quick.
Yes.
I see your friends are riding around outside. But anywho, what happens if you're on the ground?
You get back up because you can't do anything on the ground.
Okay, cool. Go finish my other deal. And maybe you can go outside and play. That's one of the biggest lessons right there. Is getting back up. You can play hermit crab. One eye out. Peeping around, worried about the world falling in. Or you can go enjoy it. Because I've lived through hell that people don't even know about. I got the scars, I got the burns, I got the cuts, I got the fucking broken bones and everything else to show. People who sit there and thrive on all this negativity bullshit for nothing. I mean, for nothing. That's just fucking sick. And every one of these type of people, they keep getting deeper and deeper, and just like I said from the beginning, they turn into what? Von Hilton.